There's been a change up at DC. You're not treated well by Warner Brothers, and though, thank God we got Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh my gosh,
that is it's a masterpiece. I watch that goddamn thing all the time. I love it. So we've heard some things, and everyone's kind of they blurted it out, and they're pulling back a little bit. Is this all just much ado about nothing? Is it a possibility you might be reintegrated back into that world?
Well, as far as I know, which is very little, I'm doing my thing, and haven't had anyone give me a call or anything. So I'm just wishing them all the best and hoping that they make some cool movies.
Okay, because your stamp is across that whole, the SnyderVerse.
And then when I saw Henry Cavill enter into the Black Adam world, I was like, oh, I hope this means more for Zack.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that I have your guys' support. That's very kind.
I'll write a letter for you if you want.
I mean, hey.
Yes.
Can't hurt. But, the truth be told, I'm having an amazing time making this giant movie that I'm working on, and I couldn't be happier. So I really wish them all the best.
Zach,
you mentioned your dream with James Gunn and Peter Safran. I saw James post Lobo. Are those two?
Did he really?
He posted a photo of Lobo.
Show me.
He posted a photo of Lobo on Mastodon to say, I'm on this app too, with a tease of Lobo. Is your statement and his post connected at all? Fair enough.
Well, everyone knows I'm a comic book fan, and so the comic that I collect the most, and I have every comic there is, you can do your research and find out what it is.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with another video on the future of the DC universe. So, it's been a pretty crazy week for the DCU. Not only of Henry Cavill at large, Jason Momoa is playing literally everyone. He's Lobo. He's confirming Zack Snyder's coming back. He's confirming Warstu is the Maestro. When realistically, the Maestro has nothing to do with Andy Muschietti, Warstu, or Zack Snyder. So there's a lot to go over this video. I've not covered anything in the last few days. So, what is good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, pop culture-based content that we try to do on a daily basis. If you could, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know. Are you buying what Zack Snyder said? Are you buying what Jason Momoa said? And are you buying what every freaking clickbait website is saying? So let's break it down. So, let's go in particular order. So, Henry Cavill recently came out and said he was never, ever supposed to be or was going to be at San Diego Comic-Con to reveal himself as Superman. He said he was asked some questions about it and he had to keep it secret because he was returning as Superman, but he was never supposed to be at San Diego Comic-Con. You've got to love the internet for spreading absolute nonsense, but that went completely viral. Then you've got MickeyMouse.com reporting Man of Steel 2 will use Hans Zimmer theme. So let me get this straight. There is a producer linked to the project, Charles Roven. There's no script. There's no director. And again, there's no script. So let me get this straight. MickeyMouse.com is saying Hans Zimmer theme will be used when there's no director and there's no script. Lads, ladettes, please stop sending me articles from MickeyMouse.com. Please. Sure, Hans Zimmer is the better song. Sure. But MickeyMouse.com throwing darts at boards yet again. So did Jason Momoa tease he's being a villain in the DCEU? It turns out he didn't actually tease anything. So in an interview replayed before with Brandon Davis from Combat.com, Davis asked him, you mentioned your dream with James Gunn and Pete Safran. I saw James post a Lobo. Are these two coincide with each other? Did he really? He posted a photo of Lobo. Show me. Brandon Davis, he posted a photo of Lobo. I'm on the app too, with a teaser Lobo. Momoa? Huh. Brandon Davis, is your statement connected? Well, everyone knows I'm a comic book fan. The comic I collected the most. I have every comic there is. You can do your research and find out what it is. interesting. So everyone spun that like, yo, Momoa is playing Lobo. Lobo is technically like a Justice League Superman villain. So is Lobo coming to DCU? Yeah, I think he is. Is he going to be played by Jason Momoa? I've got absolutely freaking no idea. So Jason Momoa recently clarified that every scooper knows absolutely nothing. Jason Momoa clarifies what he really meant in his recent cryptic message in the rumors that Zack Snyder will return to the DCEU. No. You've got to dig deeper. It's the Holy Grail. And it's different than the DC thing. See, this is what makes me laugh. Anytime a DC or Marvel actor says something, they're like, yo, this confirms this. This confirms this. It's everything to do with Zack Snyder. It really does make me laugh. It really does make me laugh. It's like all these people coming out going, yo, I told you Henry Cavill was coming back. I told you Henry Cavill was coming back. But realistically, you were just guessing because the old regime didn't want him to come back. The Rock himself said he had to go above Walter Hamada and had to go to the heads of the studios to get Henry Cavill to return. So there's a difference from you wanting something to happen, it being a theory, to it being confirmed. So when all the credible scoop was like, no, Henry Cavill wasn't returning, at that point in time, he was not returning. Yeah, but Warstu, you said years ago. Yeah, I said years ago, but it was a theory. I was basing it off information that was out there. And it just turned out to be a true eventually. So it does make me laugh when people say stuff. So I played the clip before the video started. Now, Zack Snyder said something. He's recently given an update. Oh, is he coming back to the SnyderVerse? And people were like, yeah, but Andrew Garfield kept denying it. Tobey Maguire kept denying it. So you're comparing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to Zack Snyder returning to make DC movies, even though there was leaks to do with them. So Snyder was recently asked about his return. Does he know anything? Well, as far as I know, which is very little, I'm doing my thing. And I haven't had anyone call me or anything. So I'm just wishing them all the best and hoping they can make some cool movies. And people are like, yeah, but Andrew Garfield said that he was not the werewolf. Are you really comparing the Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire situation to Zack Snyder's pretty direct? And sure, he does tease things. He teases things all the time. Will Zack Snyder get his return to the DCU? Yeah, I believe he is. But you've got to understand, James Gunn and Pete Safran have not got a 10-year plan instantly. They're still working things out. And I believe within a year or so, Zack Snyder will return. That's not a scoop. I'm not going to make out it's a scoop and make out that Hans Zimmerman's score is going to be used in Man of Steel 2 when they literally know nothing about that movie. They don't even know the villains. They don't even know the plot for it because guess what? Be careful for spoilers. There literally is no script. So whatever Momoa was on about when he said, yes, it's a dream come true under the eyes of Pete Safran and James Gunn, I get to do something that's a dream for me, could literally be anything. Now, I do find it hella entertaining and comical when these Twitter people come out with all these stuff. I mean, I think it would be more transparent if they just said, yo, it's theory. We're working on theories here. Warner Bros. Discovery still wants to work with Zack Snyder. Do they? Do they, though? So why haven't they? Oh, they can't speak to him because he's currently at Netflix. Oh, right, interesting. And it's like all this stuff that came out saying, yo, Andy Muschietti is the maestro. He's been asked to do Justice League 2. Has he, though? I don't think they're going to ask him to do Justice League 2 until the Flash movie comes out. Now, if the Flash movie comes out and it actually makes money, Black Adam ain't looking like it's killing break even at the moment. 320 million in 3 weekends. Wakanda Forever comes out this weekend. And yeah, it's going to smash more money up than weekend than Black Adam did in 3 weeks, but it's an entry-level character. No one knows who Black Adam is, yet he's played by the biggest star in the world. It's a bit different when the actor is the biggest star in the world. It's irrelevant what character they're playing when you're the biggest star in the world. Jason Momoa is teasing something. So we all know it's building up to Infinite Earths or something like that. The biggest story ever, world's finest. Whatever it's building up to, it's clearly going to have a spiral effect from whatever happens in the Flash movie. Now, did James Gunn tease Crisis on Infinite Earth for the DCU? We don't know, but he did say this. But all our initial focus is on the story going forward, hammering out the new DC universe, telling the biggest story ever told across multiple television shows and animated projects. Is Darkseid coming? Is Warstu gonna be in? I don't know. I'm on a list for extra work, so spoilers, maybe one day. So It's looking like they are building up to Crisis on Infinite Earth for the DC universe at some point, and it is looking like Henry Cavill will be the face of the DC universe, as David Zaslav said before he took over the company. He wants the Holy Trinity, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman to be the face of the company, irrespective of whatever little scooper wants to say they confirmed it. But this is literally coming from the head of the studio, that they are pushing forward with the plans they've got. Now, as for people saying they know the whole plot for Man of Steel 2's leaked, the scores leaked, the post-credit scenes leaked, and everything like that, they've not even got a script. The script has not even been wrote yet. The pitches have not been, no one's won the pitch for that movie yet. And it's all right saying things like, Steven Spielberg to do Man of Steel 2, Warstu to do Man of Steel 2, James Cameron to do Man of Steel 2, Quentin Tarantino to do Man of Steel 2, Christopher McQuarrie to do Man of Steel 2. You could literally throw every director out the world at that. They haven't confirmed anything. And remember, DC Universe has no money. Warner Bros. Discovery has no money. They're in huge debt. But all this stuff keeps happening. Now, I do like it how transparent James Gunn is when he comes out and debunks all these little scoops saying, yeah, that's not really true. That's not really true. And you're seeing certain people on the internet coming out going, yep, insiders don't like James Gunn. James Gunn's actually really liked by everyone. He's liked by the Marvel side because of Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's liked by the DC. James Gunn's generally liked by anyone, except for like the toxic, which it is a minor part, the toxic part of the Snyderverse. So it's like, yo, if we don't get Zack Snyder back, I'm not going to watch any of the movies ever again, which is a really weird thing to have because Zack Snyder did not create DC. Sure, he did Man of Steel, did BVS, did Zack Snyder Justice League, but he didn't actually, and yeah, sure, he worked on Wonder Woman 1, I get it, and he did a bunch of other stuff. But Zack Snyder did not create DC. He isn't like the founding father of the DC universe. I mean, sure, the Snyderverse is technically his continuity, but you've got to realize Snyder didn't make DC. He isn't behind it. He wasn't the comic book writer behind all the comics. It's like, it is pretty fascinating to me. So likewise, guys, let me know. Is Lobo gonna be Jason Momoa? Are they building up to Christ and Infinite Earth? Are they building up to World's Finest? Do you think Zack Snyder is doing Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire saying, I've not had a phone call, but I've got 7-picture deal at the back of my head that I can't talk about to 2025, and that is an exclusive that some website's probably going to write anytime soon. So let me know everything you think down below. It is cool that Zack is answering questions. I believe he's telling the truth. He doesn't need to lie. He's got a multi-million-dollar deal at Netflix with Rebel Moon and his other projects, Dawn of the Dead, etc. He does not need Warner Bros. Discovery at all. If he wants to return, it's going to have to be on his terms. Do I want to see Zack Snyder Justice League 2 and 3? Yes. Do I believe it's coming? Yes. Do I believe we're going to have to wait a very long time to see it? Yes. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, and I will catch you in another video very soon, guys. Catch you later.